Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you don't see me on camera, those of you who've been with me before, you know the deal. We're about to do a pick a card reading. I feature those at least twice a month for the new moon and full moon. And we have ourselves quite the full moon in Leo while the sun is in Aquarius. Couple of things that in my meditation this morning, Spirit focused on or had me focus on. One is, remember, both Aquarius and Leo are fixed signs, you all. So the energy around this full moon, a time when our emotions are heightened, our psychic intuition may be pinged and heightened quite a bit. Pay attention to those things because both Leo and Aquarius are fixed signs. And that's where very often, like whatever you're dealing with, the issues in your life, like you can really get some work going, some momentum gathered around this time. All right, you all? So really, I hope you will avail yourself of this energy. If you're new to the channel, I do a lot of political readings, but I also offer, at least as I said, twice a month, I'll do spiritual readings and get some guidance around the best ways to utilize the energies of the new and full moon. All right, so let's get ready. Let me introduce these piles. Some people, if you're new to this, if you haven't been here before, I've got 3 piles in front of me, and I've got little symbols that you pay attention to what pulls you. Some people are pulled to more than one. Some people enjoy messages from all 3 stacks. So don't stress out about it. Just go with what you feel, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the piles to you. Pile number 1. Oh, and Spirit said, how could I forget? Spirit said, for this full moon, I woke up and it went right through my head. It was, oh, I got it. It was show up and shine on, you all. Show up and shine on. That is the energy that's in these readings, how you can show up and shine on. Because remember, Leo, the lion, ruled by the sun, our life force energy, our vitality, our desire for playfulness, even with Leo energy, playfulness, but also fierceness, right? Think about a lion, can be very laid back and just want to be pampered. And then if it's time to get to work, if it's time to handle business, boom, on it. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful energy. So that said, let's go in for pile number 1. It's if you're drawn to this. I got this little beautiful aventurine at the bottom and some other stones in the middle, a little broom. Maybe you're sweeping something out or sweeping something in. Okay, pile number 1 is that broom. Pile number 2, if you're drawn to the key. I was drawn to this key for pile number 2. Keys to your future, keys to unlocking whatever, manifestations, however it strikes you, but there's your key. And pile number 3, I was drawn to, this is actually a pendant, I took it off the chain, the chakras. Pile number 3, if you're drawn to the chakras, okay? All right, let's get ready to go in and see what messages you get. Let me move 2 and 3 over to the side. And let's go in. Pile number 1, those of you who were drawn to the broom, let's see what your message is. We have the cat. So the cat energy, talking about Leo the lion, right? And that feline energy. So we've got the cat that is operating as a catalyst in your reading. And it says here, intuition. I love it. Look at that keyword at the bottom there, intuition. So that is telling you right off the bat, show up and shine on. This is definitely for this new, full moon in Leo. There's your intuition. If you were drawn to this, your intuition, please pay attention to it right now. Those little niggles you get, that little voice in your head, do not dismiss it. Your tarot cards, let's go there. Let me move that off to the side for a moment. Your tarot cards are the 3 of Swords. That comes with judgment. Judgment is sometimes referred to as a card of second chances, you all. And so again, if you were pulled here, you could be having some intuitive downloads during this full moon around areas that you're healing in. You could be very empathic and feeling. 3 of Swords tends to be reflective of an energy of grief, doubt, sorrow, sometimes regret, but those second chances, that offsets some of that energy to me. It says if your intuition could be leading you to move past something that you may have had doubts about or have had grief about, sadness around, you're getting a second chance. I want to see where else we go. Your other two tarot cards, you have the Lovers. So maybe this is in regards to relationships. And the Three of Cups. Notice the two threes that have come here. Threes represent groups. It can also represent, you know how they say three strikes or three chances. Things come in pairs of threes. So there's something here where you're making a decision, or you will be making a decision. This full moon in Leo is urging you to do so around the groups that you hang out with, the friendships. Marriage is very much indicated here. The Three of Cups can be a card of celebration around marriages, birthdays, causes for celebration. And with the Lovers, that feels like there's something in your relationships. Keep in mind, Lovers doesn't always have to be about something romantic, but it can be. And in any event, it's usually around what you are uniting with. So even if it is in work, it's loving the work that you do, feeling a sense of purpose and a sense of calling with what you do. For some of you, if you are undergoing shifts around your career right now, around employment at this time, then, and there could be a lot of doubts around that, trying to figure out where you're going from here, this awareness that Judgment brings you, there's some decisions that you're going to be ready to make because you will follow your intuition. We have Venus in Scorpio, some secrets. So there's some things that are coming to light. I think this also goes back to that intuition. There's things that are coming to light for you all during this full moon. Really and truly, I can't stress this enough. Pay attention, pile number one, to your intuition right now. And Venus in Scorpio, Venus thinking about love or lovers or partnerships or doing what it is that you love. Check it out. You've got Live Your Bliss. Direct message from your spirit guides. There's a time like a shift that's happening here where what had held you back in the past, what you may have felt regretful about, there's some return to joy. Live your bliss. There's some return to joy that's coming up for you. And it's because of what's being revealed and because of the hard work that you are doing or have been doing around these secrets are getting to the truth of a matter. And truth as it relates to Venus. Venus represents what you value, what you love, what you enjoy, what brings you joy. Going back to that Three of Cups. Oh, wow. Check it out. And I should have said this in case you're new to the readings. I don't see any of these cards. I pulled the piles just to save time on camera, but I don't see these cards until I reveal them to you. Look what you got there, Leo. And the key word is creativity. It's full moon in Leo, creativity. This is a reset, you all. You know, Judgment, going back to that major arcana, Judgment can also come when your spirit guides are giving you a direct message about, okay, lesson learned, Three of Swords, lesson learned about something in the past. Something was revealed with those secrets, and now it's time to get creative and go for what you want, creatively living your bliss. We have the Kindred card that comes for you, and it says tribe, ancestry, and chosen family. Look at that Three of Cups. Tribe, ancestry, and chosen family. Who, you know, Spirit is saying definitely pay attention right now to who you are drawn to, using your intuition to draw to you that which is going to keep you in a framework of joy and compassion and goodness. This is about your tribe. And it could be some of this creativity. Remembering too, Leo does reflect playfulness and joy and warmth of the sun. There's something here where if you have been kind of refiguring those who are truly meant to be in your life, and what role they play, and maybe some secrets have come to light, Maybe even it's you dealing with your own secrets, what you really deep down feel inside and you haven't felt comfortable revealing, but there's some support for you here through your ancestry, through your tribe, your folks, your chosen family, not just biological family. There's servitude here. This is interesting. And it says loss of power or control. You know, I feel like this is two ways, both in the past and a caution against the future. Because for some of you, in order to have joy and love, especially in relationships, it has meant you have given up some part of yourself, maybe lost a little bit of your voice, maybe tipped a little bit too far into trying to be pleasing, trying to be cooperative, being all things to all people. And so that part of you, your spirit is saying no, because, or no longer, because look at this next card that comes for you, spiritual growth. There's that so ties to Leo. And the spirit said, I told you earlier, show up and shine on, right? There, and look at that, living your bliss. There's some lessons that you learned in this judgment card, pile number 1. And it is going to allow you to accept or put into perspective some of whether it was a relationship, a job, whatever it is that has challenged you. That's why that 3 of Swords is there. And you've had to process it. You felt some pain and hurt by it, but you were losing control. And there's a caution there that you won't do that again. That's the lessons learned in the Judgment card. And all of this, Spirit is saying they want you to look at it not as sort of, why did this happen to me, or why did this person or this situation not turn out to be? Why did this boss not have my back, or this friend or family member? You get it. However it applies to you, it's because you were on a path of your spiritual growth. The Judgment card is a card that reflects lessons learned. And this for you all is definitely where you've learned some lessons and now you're lining up to get creative and live your bliss. There's wisdom that comes for you. Insight into the nature of physical objects gives you foresight. Use your best judgment. That ties in, and that beautiful owl there. Your wisdom, that's your spiritual growth as well. I love that. That reaffirms that message. And you know how I work different decks, right? So this spiritual growth in this full moon in Leo is like you being ready to release those lessons from the past and use this wisdom that you gained. They want you to understand that whatever area of life has challenged you or has let you down, or that you really had to make some adjustments and adapt to, it's grown you. It's grown you to the space of having more wisdom, your spiritual growth, so that all things are leading you to living your bliss. There is an animal here. The elephant comes for you with greatness. And it says, I'll show it to you as soon as I read this. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom, here comes wisdom again. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Let me hold that up for you in case you want to screenshot that. All right. What a beautiful and talk about the power of the elephant. And also remember, elephants are known for their memory. There's something where you're not being called to like just, okay, boom, 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 enough of that. The past is the past and move on. It's this memory. It's these experiences that you've had that are growing you into your wisdom, so that you can live your bliss, so that you can connect to that Leo expansive, show up and shine on energy that's calling for you. I did pull for every deck, I pulled a timing element, and you got 9 months from now. So if you are looking for a relationship, if you're planning a move, a trip, thinking about a new job, any sort of changes, life changes that you're thinking about, this is a timing message for you all, okay? 9 months from now is when Spirit is saying, whatever that area is that you're looking at development, that's when you're going to start seeing some changes. And you have a delivery, transportation, and inheritance, or an escort. This is, this brings me back to that kindred card that you had here, the tribe and the ancestry, the kindred. There's somebody that's going to help you. And I feel like that delivery is Spirit bringing them into your path, going back even to that Lover's card, the relationships in your life at this time. There's something coming towards you that helps you move into this time of playfulness and living your bliss, you all. There's a delivery headed your way. I love that. And also, it could be where something, a goal that you set for yourself, because that transportation has got me thinking as well, an inheritance. It could be a goal or something that you've been waiting to come in is coming in for you. Some news that's going to benefit you in some way is coming in between now and at the very latest 9 months from now, keeping in mind that timing card that you got, okay? And then you have your final card is a vendor, merchant, retailer, or individual entrepreneur. All right, my business folks. This could be partnerships in business coming your way. And if you are in the process, I know a lot of people right now with a lot of things that are going on, especially, government workers and others, even in the private sector, who are reevaluating their jobs. There's a lot of people who are going into entrepreneurship or branching out and doing sort of, business on the side to help improve your finances, stabilize you, and also give you more power into a sense of what you can do for yourself. That is very much what's evolving, and that's very much what this full moon in Leo is doing, is saying release any fears that you may have around it or doubts that you may have around your abilities, because you've got that between that greatness, the wisdom that you've gained, and this momentum that's coming toward you, seeing yourself as an entrepreneur and or partnering with someone. You could even be someone who provides services, to people who are in business for themselves. This could be accounting. This could be websites. This could be marketing, all sorts of things that doors are opening in your relationships. Okay. All right. I hope that was helpful to you guys. Please take that in, and I wish you the absolute best with it. It really is a beautiful energy, and there's so much going back to between these three cards right here with that live your bliss, the elephant, the wisdom of the owl, and that spiritual growth. You've earned this, pile number one. You've earned this next level, this leveling up, and all you got to do is pay attention to your intuition, because that's going to bring the right people to you, this delivery coming into you. All right, between now and 9 months from now. All right, you all. I wish you the absolute best. I hope that pinged. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, okay? All right, so now we're going to move on to pile number 2. Those of you who were drawn to the key. Let's see what your message is. This full moon in Leo. Spirit said, show up and shine on. Let's see. An animal that comes for you is the red fox, and it says strategy. Ooh, I love that. So what kind of strategy are you going to be employing? Because foxes are very observant, and their movements, you don't always see them. It's this strategy, like thinking things through before you make a move. And you may be making some sort of move. You've got the Fool here. That very much is, as many of you will know if you know tarot, is a new journey, a new job, a new move, a new home, a new way of looking at life, a new diet, a new fitness routine, like something that shifts you in a direction that maybe you haven't gone in before. And that's another reason why I love that red fox came for you, because it's saying, sometimes you can, with the Fool energy ruled by Uranus, right? So it is about change, but sometimes you can just jump off the cliff and not have a plan. I think Spirit is saying get ready to get ready for this next direction, but also have a plan for it. And you've got the High Priestess. I love that you got 2 major arcana that came, because this new start is something that, one, you're meant to do. It is your soul's calling to bring you in that direction. But it's also really important for you. High Priestess is very tied to the moon. So it's very important for you to pay attention to developing a strategy, to sitting with yourself, sitting before you make a move and plan it out, because there are things that will come to light. The High Priestess very often can indicate secrets or secretive behavior. And I think that ties so well into the Fox's energy. Don't show your cards to everybody, pile number 2. I don't know why Spirit's just giving me that to you, right? Even when you have an idea, or when you are making a plan, or when you're getting ready to make a move, think about it and think about who it is that you share that with. Sometimes energy can get a little gunked up. People have their opinions, and things happen, and then something we thought we were certain about, we start questioning ourselves. There's something here that Spirit is saying, this new area or this new development in your life, take time with yourself, hold it close, keep it between you and Spirit until it's time to make an announcement. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and oh my goodness, different deck, and look what came again, the Fool. That is no accident, pile number 2. And even to the extent that you chose a key to understanding, a key to the future, a key to opening doors and opportunities and manifestation, the Fool comes again. You are getting ready to embark. No way in the world. 2 different decks. You are getting ready to embark on something new. Queen of Pentacles comes for you. This is a job, medicine, health. Look, I love all these, like an apothecary in the background and all of her herbs around her. This could be the way that you are planning to take better care of yourself, your studies. Notice even in this depiction of the Fool, she's got her candle, she's got her knowledge represented in that book, she's got her vision, if you could even think about that sort of as a vision board, and her hands as in release to the spirit world, saying, show me, I'm about to make this move, but I want to do the right thing. I want to make sure that I'm going in the right direction, so give me that guidance. That's what that High Priestess is about as well. But this is something that shows up in your life, you all. Coming in Pentacles with all that medicine around, this is definitely what you do for a living, where you live, who's around you, how you nurture yourself and others. Beautiful energy. You have idealism that comes. And this is the Sun in Aquarius, which is what we are still in right now, even though the full moon is in Leo. The Sun is in Aquarius. Very timely. I think Spirit is saying, you may be ready sooner than you think to make a shift, to make a move, to make a change. And it's just important for you, going back to that strategy and the Fox, to know it firmly, keep it between you and Spirit for now, but know that it is in motion. It is in motion. Release toxic relationships. Okay. That makes a lot of sense with the message that we were getting. I want to make sure you can see that. Yeah, I'll put it up here. With the message around this Fool, this new area, new enterprise, new movement that you're thinking about, and being careful with who you share it with, because, need I say more, right? If people have their opinions, whether it's family, spouses, partners, whatever, children, people have their opinions about what your dreams are, idealism, going back to that Sun in Aquarius. If people have their ideas about what you want to embark on that may be different or new, if it's not supporting you, it's not about cutting people off, but releasing the toxicity. right? It doesn't have to be that drastic of boom, get out of my life. Unless, hey, sometimes it is that way and you got to cut people, go in a different direction. But it is about understanding the nature of what supports you, or how does it feed your soul, is what Spirit is saying here. Is it something that supports you, motivates you, inspires you to move on? Or does it frighten you, make you doubt yourself? That's what you're doing. And look at this, Mars comes. And that keyword, action. You're ready to do whatever this is, pile number 2. And again, I think that's why you were drawn to that key. You're ready to do this. It's just a matter of having your strategy in place so that you're unshakable when you get ready to take action. You have a sacred breath, giving and receiving life, and a divine exchange. This thing that you're doing or going to do has a beautiful impact, not just on you, but on the people around you. You may be looking at, you may be a healer. You may be looking at doing work that is healing, or developing your healing gifts, really getting into your studies, because that sacred breath is a part of what you need, what fuels life. And I love the contrast between these two energies, because on the one hand, remember, we just talked about releasing anything or anyone who puts doubt in your mind, and that sacred breath, giving and receiving life, and a divine exchange. That's what you're pulling in. That's why you've got that Fool in 2 places. For some of you, and also remember, full moon in Leo. Leo is notoriously loyal. If they love hard, they love long, and they will stick with you. If you are loyal to that which is not being loyal to you, pile number 2, time put that key in and unlock the lock, and decide, take that sacred breath. This is also, it feels like on your own personal journey, doing breath work, doing meditation, really taking a moment to get connected to your body. You have passions and interests, hobbies, sports, and favorite pastimes. Look at that. This is, and I feel like I want to cover up that toxic relationships, but this is a way to pull down that sacred breath. And this is also something at this time, because this is really cool. Notice that while Spirit is pulling you into something really new, again, whatever that could be, a new practice, a new spiritual idea or course of study, a new job, a new relationship, dating different kinds of people, or spicing up the relationship that you're in a different way, doing something, going somewhere you've never been before. But there is also something that they're saying with your passions and interests, thinking about what you really enjoy doing and incorporating that into what you do in the future, what you're being called to do, being idealistic about it. Take a sip of my juice. Oh, it's got ginger in it. Good, a little spicy. So that's a part of it as well. And even the sports with the sacred breath, being more active, moving energy through your body, which is going to help inspire you and get you to that place. Medicine, movement is medicine for you, pile number 2. It's beautiful. You're getting ready. And then you've got these signs and reminders that are coming from Spirit for you. Look for the signs. And I love the reminders, because the reminders are, oh yeah, I used to really love doing this. I used to love to read. I used to love to go to parks. I used to love to travel. I did anything that puts you back in alignment with the things that you really enjoy doing. Those are the signs and reminders that Spirit is bringing you. And notice the beautiful butterflies, this transformative energy that's here for you. And with all that light and life-giving, affirming life, affirming your energy, being re-energized by what you do in your body. The more I look at this and take this together, you all, this is definitely a call to, if you were pulled to this pile, take care of your body. Take care of what, and it's not because I'm seeing anything wrong or warnings. That's not it. It's just about amplifying the energy that you need to do what's next with those two fools that have come for you. It requires your mind, body, spirit to be really in alignment. And for this energy, Mars, right? Mars is all about get it done, get ready for it. You need the energy to be able to do that. You've got a perfect fit, finding the right path, the fit with the soul, the ideal job. You're meant to be here. What an affirming message when you've got these two Fool cards that came for you, encouraging you to do something new. But the something new is going to be a perfect fit, the right path, the fit with your soul, the fit with what you do, your job, in healing past relationships, in maybe helping others even heal from toxic relationships. That could be a part of your calling as well. It might not be your toxic relationships. It could be helping others do the work to get ready to release that. And doing it through the breath. Some of you may truly be called to physical forms of healing, whether that's massage therapy, yoga, somatic yoga, anything that brings herbs, teas, anything that is healing from the earth is definitely something that could be calling you right now. You've got self-reliance, wow, with the snow leopard. And it says you are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility, the fox and the high priestess. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. Let me hold that up. You might want to screenshot it. You are on a journey, and it is your journey. It is your sacred breath that you might in turn use to help others. But this self-reliance, moving in a new way, the high priestess, not showing all your cards, the fox, being strategic, a little cagey if you have to be, sometimes not seen, or being a chameleon, being a shapeshifter, that shamanic energy that's coming for you. It could even be that part of you, this path that you're on, the perfect fit, could be shamanism or some form of shamanism. Beautiful, deeply spiritual, deeply mystical, but it is mystical energy that is then embodied in the flesh with that Queen of Pentacles, meaning you may do mystical studies, but then you apply them in a very practical way that helps people in their day-to-day lives, all right? You have, I did a timing element from a deck, and for each pile, you all, yours says a waste of your time. Now, I don't want to uncover that toxic relationships thing again, but there we go. So there's an element here where the signs and reminders that you got, you're making some judgment calls. Remember too, that part of the overarching energy of a full moon is release. It's when something has served its purpose and it is time to release it so you can move on to what really suits you. They're saying pay attention to what's a waste of your time. Even as you examine things from the past, you know, favorite pastimes, what you really have learned that brings you joy, but also understanding where your time is best applied. That's part of that strategy. That's part of what prepares you to be ready to take action. And understanding the difference, you know, having the discernment. That's that releasing toxic relationships. Having the discernment to know what is my perfect fit. What is my favorite pastime? What is the thing that really connects me to my soul's purpose? What makes me feel self-reliant and in charge and in power and comfortable if I have to be solitary for a while to build my strength, my skills, my talents? And finally, your last card. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I've got 2 more for you. Love it. Spiritual seeker. If that's not confirmation, going back to that jaguar. Snow leopard. Okay. And it says here, a devotee of the inner path, meditation, insight, and practice. There you are. Such a crystal clear message. And again, if you've been with me, you know that's why I love using all these various decks, because when you do that and then you can see how they connect and how the message gets clearer and clearer and clearer, there's no doubt that your spirit guides are speaking. So there you have it. And then your last card, chat. An exchange of information, disclose information, and inquire. These are your studies. This is information that you're going to take in. This is a part of what develops your strategy. You are, there's an element of initiation here. Again, why you were probably drawn to a symbol like the key. There is definitely for you, pile number 2, an aspect of initiation here where your spirit guides, your ancestral body, angelic realm, they are pulling you to this higher version of yourself as a healer and as someone who understands the nature of medicine of the body in all its forms. Through movement, Mars action, through movement, through medicines, through herbs, through shamanic teachings, through the connection with the earth, and the esoteric parts of that. You are a spiritual seeker. You are meant to find the right path and your perfect fit through your spiritual studies will help you do that. The exposure that you get, your signs and reminders, you are someone who is keen to seeing them. And it could be feathers, it could be feathers, it could be coins, it could be balloons, it could be a bird that is singing when it's near you. But pay attention to your signs, because you are definitely being called to level up in your spiritual growth and your spiritual strength. All right. And don't waste your time on the toxicity. That's done. All right. Pile number 2. I love that for you. I really, really, really love the energy, how that came together. I would love to hear from you and see how that struck you. All right. And finally, moving on now to pile number 3. Those of you who were drawn to the chakra pendant, the 7 chakras. All right, let's see what's going on for you. Let me take another sip of my juice. And you have, talk about full moon, which is indicative of a time to release. You have the jaguar. Release. The jaguar. Wow. Such a powerful, powerful, powerful totem. One of my absolute favorites, and I definitely have a really strong connection. I also am drawn to that number 9 at the top, remembering we are in a 9 year. And a 9 is a number of completion. Within numerology, a 9 is a number of completion, a cycle of completion, releasing some phase. All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So something that's building or that you are working on slowly, steadily, cautiously, deliberately. With the 5 of Cups. All right. So this could even be, and that ties to that release, slowly moving past something that emotionally has weighed you down. We have the 8 of Wands, and things are going to speed up. And lo and behold, in the 2 tarot from this deck, that combination right there, 8 of Wands coming with the Sun. You are ready to have fun again. You are ready to release anything that has held you down, that has made life feel like it's really stuck or too routine or too out of your control. They're saying it's time for you to go play. Really rediscover. And I also feel like for some of you, because Eight of Wands can be things moving quickly, it can also indicate travel. And with that Sun, I'm wondering if you have not already thought about it, or with that Knight of Pentacles, you may be taking your time on it. But if there's some travel indicated for you, or something special that brings you energy, that energizes you, playfulness through the summer months. If you're here in America, the United States, when we're heading into summer, that's going to be a really powerful time for you. You have bluff that comes for you, and that is Jupiter in Gemini. This is really interesting energy, because it's about getting out of your head, really. That could be some of that release as well. Getting out of your head around that Five of Cups, around, in other words, starting to look at things where the glass is half full instead of potentially half empty. And in an interesting way, I feel like this is Spirit saying they're calling your bluff. Like they're basically saying, no, there's more for you. Pay attention to that Sun and that Eight of Wands. There's more for you. But I also feel like with that Knight of Pentacles, if you were drawn to this, for some of you, it's because you tend to be very practical. You tend to be very down, like you want to know what the end result is going to be before you put too much energy into something, or before you take the risk, right? It needs to be, you'd like to have all your dots connected. And Spirit is basically saying here with that Jupiter in Gemini, it's growing beyond what your typical thinking has been. Don't relinquish your power. What a powerful confidence. And I just looked down and saw that. I do these readings card by card because I have to stay in the flow and I have to stay in the energy, and I've got to try and stay connected to what I already have in front of me. So I just go card by card. I don't look until it's time. Don't relinquish your power, because see, that's going back to that bluff. That Five of Cups, Spirit is like, whoever and whatever, and it could even be for some of you feeding off of the disappointment of others. Like you could be really compassionate about, others going through certain struggles and feeling emotionally depleted. And that's not, what that does is that drains your power. And so Spirit's calling your bluff. I love it. You've got Uranus, and look at those birds flying, rebellion. Ooh, let me hold that up for you. Look at those birds escaping the cage. Release. Look at those birds escaping the cage. Rebellion. Rebelling against worn out ideas. Rebelling against the idea that you don't have the power. Uranus. Very, very powerful. And I also feel like this is, whatever this Eight of Wands is calling you to with that Sun. So if you are thinking about travel or doing something different, or even Eight of Wands could be something creative, writing, starting a blog, a website, starting a business, starting a new relationship, doing something where it may move quickly. You may feel inspired to do it quickly. And Uranus can be rebellion, going against the grain. Everybody else is telling you, no, it's a bad idea, or you don't really know that person, or be careful, you don't want to get hurt again, that Five of Cups. You don't want to be disappointed, blah, blah, blah. There's a rebellious side that Spirit is calling you to. And you have dreaming, curious messages, and endless possibilities. What a beautiful energy to come with Uranus. Change, rebellion. Because if you allow yourself to believe it, you could, in fact, start living the dream. Endless possibilities. Curious messages. Pay attention to your dreams, especially with those beautiful ravens. And ravens represent magic, but this is beautiful magic, this dream state. And this is about taking back your power. Endless possibilities. Once you release yourself from the old way of thinking or the old pattern of feeling and getting reconnected to what brings you joy. You have Archangel Raphael who comes for you. Love and healing. All right. I don't know if you resonate with Archangel Raphael, but if not, you might want to look into it and notice you were drawn to the chakra pendant, and notice that green emanating from the heart chakra. Notice even the green in that 5 of Cups, right? So Spirit is giving you, Spirit is calling the bluff of the experiences that you've had, whatever that 5 of Cups is about, and saying, we're here to help you heal. We want to help you heal. We want you to feel the miraculous nature of what your spirit guides can do for you. You have strength and guidance. Wow, I just looked down and saw that. There is such an abundance of spiritual, angelic, but I also feel it's angelic, but it's also connected to the earth, like animal totems, like the ravens, like animals coming to help you as well. Things of the earth coming to help you, to stand guard over you, to protect you. Strength and guidance, love and healing, the ability to dream endless possibilities. And it's going to require some rebellion. You got to get ready. But think about that stalking energy and that powerful energy of the jaguar. Because the end game, where it leads you to, is this beautiful sun, success, affirming your life, taking your power back. I just looked down and saw, woo, sweet success with that beautiful candy cane. Oh, wow. Thank you, Spirit. Let me see what it says on here. It is not difficult to get everything you want and enjoy it. Get what you want. Ties in so beautifully with that sun energy. It is time. You got some rewards coming for you, pile number 3. And it really is just about getting yourself, that's why you were drawn to this chakra pendant. It really is about getting yourself into alignment with knowing. Endless possibilities, the ravens, endless possibilities in that dreaming, like vibrating and believing, rebelling against the cage, right? Get out of that cage. And there you have it. Sweet success. Life is sweet. Like, get what you want. Start telling yourself as a mantra, life is sweet. Like, you know what I mean? Use that candy cane even as a metaphor for what is possible, those endless possibilities. Things are, the game is ready to change for you, pile number 3. And it's ready to change for you through this incredible assistance from the spirit realm. You have a partnership here with the puffin. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. And I think this, again, is very much about not just teamwork within the human realm and your friends and people who you know are going to help you enjoy life, who maybe you'll travel with, or just, you know, go to the beach with, or go to the park, or just enjoy. Those are your partnerships, but also your partnerships with spirit and your spirit team. Very, very much a part of what empowers you at this time. And I pulled a timing element for all of the piles. Timing is much farther in the future. This is interesting. Timing is much farther in the future. I feel like this is a long-term goal. It's not about postponing. I don't feel anything icky or negative with this, you all. I just feel like this is a long, notice how the figure is down, you know, it's almost like in a cave, but has a light. This feels like a journey. And so the end goal of ultimately like you reaching the pinnacle of releasing and becoming this more empowered version of yourself, it's in the future. Spirit is saying, don't trip yourself out. If you are trying to manifest something, whatever it is that because remember, you had that Knight of Pentacles, and a Knight of Pentacles moves slow. It's steady. It's sure. It wants to be careful and make sure things are done right. So the timing is much further in the future, could mean that this whole sense of development, this whole sense of alignment, it takes time. Even if you were working with your chakras one by one by one by one, it's not like you could just flip through them almost like a deck of cards, boom, 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 and it's done. This is a life endeavor. This is something that takes time. So don't let that trip you out. You have a dream. There we go again, dreaming. Desire, an omen, a nightmare, or a fantasy. Well, we ain't doing nightmares. But I think, again, that reminds me of that bluff card that you got. To the extent that you have been exposed to energy that has focused on the negative, or been around people who focus on the negative or focus on what could go wrong, that kind of thing. This is getting you back in touch with the endless possibilities and the curious messages that come from the Raven. This is about your desire. And they want you, that sweet success, that's what they want you to focus on, your dreaming, and using or asking Archangel Raphael and your spirit team, strength and guidance, to help you understand and qualify your dreams so that you can really see them and then start to move towards them. And finally, your last card is a challenger, a seeker of adventures, courage, challenge, and a goal. If that is not kind of, sort of what we were just saying, it's time for you to break out of the shell, break out of the cage, break out of the routine, seeking the adventure of play and travel, or seeing things from a different perspective, getting around different things, different places, different areas, really stretching your boundaries. That's what Spirit wants you to do at this time. That's what they're here to help you do at this time, pile number 3, because it does bring you into alignment with who you really are and the partnerships that you really deserve, the people who will go out and play with you, the protection of the Jaguar medicine. That's there's something that's challenging you to step up and own your power, to step out of whatever this routine is or whatever those limitations are. Walk away from that and begin to dream your endless possibilities. All right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading for you. I hope it helped. I hope it was, it pinged you. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback from it. And I wish you the absolute best. All right, you all, that's what I got for today's pick a card reading for the full moon in Leo. I wish you all the absolute best, and I will talk to you again real soon. Bye.